gorgeous day, as you can see here in North Idaho. I am sitting on my porch, and I thought we would talk about detoxing this morning. I'm doing things a little differently, by the way, as well. In the past here, I've been going on YouTube along with my special access community, but I have changed things because I am creating a very specific weekly coaching environment, and that will be the special access. Sorry. Call tried to come through, and I know that if I don't adjust my phone, it won't record. So anyway, I will be going live every week here on YouTube for 15 minutes and giving you really good nuggets on life, health, homesteading, off-grid living. I typically share with you what I am moved to share with you, and that's why we're going to talk about what we are today. I do want to preface all of this by just reading my disclaimer quickly here, because today we're going to be talking about some things, and I want to make sure that that is mentioned, and it's not allowing me to open it, of course. So, all right, well, I'm not a doctor, so do not start any new protocols or health regimens without consulting your doctor. I am not sharing anything here today that is going to cure, heal, mitigate any situation. This is shared with you as what we are doing in our own home, and just recommendations. So the reason I wanted to talk about detoxing today and how to stay clean in a dirty world is because we've noticed really heavily here. Now, right now, there aren't any behind me, but yesterday at this time, our sky was full of nothing but chemtrails. And that is a grave concern for me, in that what is coming down from the sky is not only landing on us, it's landing on our soil, and it's just going to, over time, really cause a lot of issues. What I share here on both of these channels is knowledge so that you have awareness. In my integrative health practice, my goal is to teach people how to be educated and knowledgeable, but also how to become very intuitive. Being intuitive with our own bodies, our minds, our spirits even. Good morning, Miss Jane. We do not see those here. I believe it in South America. I'm so excited for you. Like, it's clean. And that is like so vital, because I'll give this as an example. She'll appreciate this because she's the one that blessed me with Sassy. Sassy is my Harley. My mountain man and I went out for a ride on Monday, our maiden voyage for the year. And we didn't ride it all last year because we were out of state for like 7 months, 8 months last year. So we didn't get to ride. I know better, but I didn't think about it. We went for a ride Monday, just a short ride, came back, we sat here on the porch with the fire and just chilled for the night, and we went to bed. I woke up yesterday inflamed as all get out. My eyes were all swollen. Why? Because we drove through something on the Harley while we were out for a short ride that affected my body. And I smelled it at one point. You know, people are spraying Roundup, people are spraying fertilizers, people are, you know, the dryer vents coming out of people's homes can knock me for a loop. You know, the world is toxic. And, you know, so now I've got my mental note again to when I go for a ride, because that happened to me last time I went for a solo ride where I came back and suffered. I need to shower. I need to wash all the junk off of my body. And that's the thing that we need to be aware of, is what can we do in our own environments to make things and life healthier. You know, Jane is in Ecuador, and the food they have available to them is just amazing. It's amazing. I'm envious, just because we don't have that kind of food available here. If we grow it, yes, but At this point, the mountain man and I have been talking about it. We want to put a greenhouse up, we want a garden, but right now the safest place for us to have a garden is in our greenhouse because it's covered. And, these are things that we've got to start thinking about. And this is not meant to inflict fear on people. This conversation is not meant to do that at all. And I don't want you fearful, because God wants us active, He wants us knowledgeable, and He wants us making adjustments and also trusting Him. He will take care of us, He will provide for us, and He will protect us. So I don't walk through life in a place of fear, not even a little. But I do implement things in my life to make myself and my family healthier, um, for so many reasons. I'm constantly in motion, constantly learning. And what I learn, I want to share with you guys. And this is something that I've been doing for a very long time. I do quarterly detoxes. I've been doing them well before my healing journey. And the detox is beneficial because it allows the body to do a phase 1 and a phase 2 liver detox. Our liver gets really congested. Everything that we are taking into our bodies goes through our kidneys and our liver. And it's very easy for them today to get congested, overwhelmed, unable to process what's coming in, because we've got stuff coming in through the air, through our skin, through our food, through our water, through our environments. And the more we know and the more that we can eliminate and lessen the exposure, all the better. For example, deodorant. The store-bought deodorants, first ingredient is aluminum. Aluminum in the body causes Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's. It dysregulates our hormones. It causes all sorts of disruptions in our bodies. If everybody listening were to go do a hair tissue mineral analysis, it's a guarantee you'd be high on aluminum. There's aluminum all over in everything. It's in our cooking, in our cookware. So how do you limit exposure to aluminum when it's everywhere? Well, first you start with what you're putting on your body, because what you put on your body absorbs and often can cross the blood-brain barrier, which is why it is so impactful on our bodies. What we put in our skin is our biggest organ. So you've got everything that's around you and on you going into your body. That includes your hair, your shampoos, your conditioners, all your sprays for your gosh, I don't even remember what it's called because I haven't used it in so long. Hairspray. That's funny. I'm a simple girl and I've gone clean for a very long time. But all of those things need to be evaluated and determined if they are a good, clean product. And, a lot of times people will say to me, well, it's expensive to get the good products. It might be, but you don't need to use near as much. They're very concentrated and they will last a lot longer and they're healthier and you will have your health. So you won't be paying for hair products and doctor visits. So there's great benefits. So first of all, cleaning up your environment, cleaning up what you're putting on your body, in your body, cautious of your food. The more we can eliminate packaged foods and just eat the raw ingredients and make from scratch and eat the foods that God put on this earth for us to enjoy, the fruits, the vegetables, the herbs. There's so much in our settings. We were talking about this last night, and we're surrounded by plantain and dandelion and nettle. We forage a lot from the land. So having these things accessible to us is such a great benefit. But not everybody does. So trying to eat organically as much as possible will help eliminate the toxic load. Water filtration is super important. If you're on city water, getting a water filtration unit. All of these things are things that I share on my resources, that I share in my coaching settings, that I also have free access to free information on my website at faithledhealing.com. I also share all of this in great detail through my quarterly detoxes. Being able to detoxify our bodies is really, really vital. And you can use herbs, you can use a lot of different means to detoxify the body. I have found that science paired with herbs is a really good benefit because you get very quick results. So I do utilize a functional medicine detox. I also do herbal and nutritional detoxes with my clients as well. And it all depends on the person. It's important that our pathways are open, which you will find a new video coming on the channel regarding our pathways. Pathways being our lymphatic system, our bowels. If they are not functioning, and if you're constipated, and if your lymphatic system is not draining, which is our garbage truck of our bodies, it gets rid of all the nasty stuff and gets rid of it. Then you've also got to consider the fact that you've got your liver and your kidneys congested, so things aren't moving well. So when you do work out and you detox in any way, if your pathways aren't open and you start getting rid of toxins, they're just going to reabsorb. And this is also why a lot of people are overweight in our country and in the world, because the toxins, when the body doesn't know what these things, these foreign objects, these toxins are, it shoves it in our fat. And that is why when we lose weight, we are reducing a lot of toxicity. However, if our pathways aren't open, it's just recirculating, reabsorbing, and again, putting on pounds. The other thing that happens is we are unable to work out and see results because our body becomes unable to get the same results anymore because it's just over-toxified. Our brains end up with a lot of brain fog and neurological issues. We have a lot of ADHD and ADD and autism, and we're seeing rapid numbers in Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's. All of those things are really amping up. Why? Because we've got so much heavy metals in our bodies and toxicity. And because our body shoves things in our fat, our brain is no exception. Our brain is a fatty vessel, and therefore the toxicity is stored in the brain. So that's why so many people are walking around with brain fog. And again, this isn't meant to scare anybody. This is meant to educate you so that you know what you need to do. If you can't afford to do a quarterly detox with me or on your own, and by the way, I am doing a functional medicine detox. I believe it's June 9th, the next Monday. I'll double check that before we're done. I think it's June 9th. So that you have time to order your detox, and we will start on the 9th. But you can go to faithledhealing.com/detox to join me. I coach you through either your choice of a 7-day, a 14-day, or a 21-day functional medicine detox. I am in the community for the 21 days, encouraging, inspiring, sharing my knowledge, helping you along the way if you're experiencing anything, giving you meal ideas, and just holding your hand through the process, because many people have never done this, but it is one of the best things we can do for ourselves. This will eliminate high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart issues. We really need to learn how to get our bodies clean and keep them clean. So I also, and Jane has been joining me for years and years, I've talked about binders and psyllium husk and detoxing for a long, long time. There are also some supplements that you can take, and my recommendation with all that we're seeing in our world today is to do a quarterly detox and then continue running a daily detox, which is just a daily detox support. And you can find that by going to faithledhealing.com/daily detox support. And then the binder that goes along with that, which is faithledhealing.com/binder. The particular binder that I'm referring to is a charcoal based binder. And It is a really good binder for everyone to be utilizing. Not all binders are the same, and for people that have SNPs or gene mutations, the MTHFR, DAO, the COMT, if you are dealing with those, you are not methylating well, and they can cause higher histamine in the body. So that is why I recommend this binder. And then you can also look at faithledhealing.com/SONNES7, SONNES7, and then faithledhealing.com/SONNES9, SONNES9. One is a psyllium husk, the other is a bentonite, liquid bentonite clay binder. These binders, the reason for a binder is that when you start getting rid of the toxicity in the body, without the pathways being open and without a binder, they will reabsorb because they're going to surface very quickly. And if you've never done a detox before, the binder is essential. When you're running the functional medicine detox with me, there's no need for a secondary binder because this will have the liver and the kidneys really flowing, and it also has psyllium husk and other things within the support that will help get rid of the toxicity. So it's really important that you consider quarterly detoxes for yourself and your family. By doing so, you start to lessen the load. A lot of the world out there is dealing with fibromyalgia, lupus, Hashimoto's, all kinds of autoimmune, chronic illnesses, and chronic pain. And those things will begin to drop off. These diseases of the world will drop off because they are there because of the toxicity. And if you've got a lot of poor health in your family and you feel like you're doomed by your genes, that's not a truth either. Those genes will never fire if toxic load is not present. Toxic load causes those genes to fire, and that's why people see a lot of the what they refer to as hereditary illnesses and diseases popping up. So the more we can eliminate the toxicity, the better. And it's hard to eliminate it today. What I'm seeing in my practice is, and what I'm aware of on my own, is just, it's alarming. There's a lot of toxicity. You know, I am the canary in the coal mine because I am super sensitive as a result of my illness and being over-toxified for a very long period of time. I am very in tune, and I am very aware, and there are a lot of places I need to avoid. The soap aisle and the laundry detergent aisle in the grocery store is one I will not go down. It causes me to flare. Laundromats, and going near laundromats, is, especially when I'm on the motorcycle, all that exhaust coming out of the laundromat is you know, really tough on my body. And I know that there's others out there with chemical sensitivities and that. We can lessen that load. It's awareness, not being fearful, and lessening the load. The other thing that plays a role in this is that our bodies get stuck in a place of fight, flight, and freeze. I was in that place, and I was able to remove myself from chronic pain and a lot of other things that just dropped off within a 3-day period when I started to retrain my brain. You will hear me talking about upcoming how to overcome what you've had to walk through. That is perceived and real threats that have caused our bodies to get in a place of stuckness because our bodies are doing what they are called to do. Our subconscious takes over. So, example, the laundry aisle. I don't go down it out of choice, not because I have. I would be fine going down it, but I just don't like. There's no reason. I don't buy anything in that aisle, and there's no point in subjecting myself to all of those smells. I don't go down there because of fear, but my body, at one point, was in tune with the fact that that stuff bothered me, and if I smelled it, my body went into the negative loop. So I had chronic pain, I had inflammation because my body was fighting it off. When we have a threat within our body, even something as simple as an allergy can cause inflammation because our bodies put inflammation into the area of injury or into the body because of allergies or gut dysbiosis, and our body starts to try to combat that. So I do have the gene mutation, and I do not methylate well. Therefore, that overload of histamine causes me great issues. And that's where mast cell activation comes into play for others. So, the stuff is real, but a lot of times the body is misfiring because of toxicity. And that is what I want to teach you guys. So I hope and pray. I could not go near the nursery in Home Depot or Lowe's, right? Jane, I hear you. I had to avoid that too. Big time. Big time. And here's something else I just want to, awareness is important. You know what? I'm going to cut it here. Next week, we're going to talk about we're going to continue this conversation. We're going to continue this conversation because I do have my coaching session now on Zoom. But join me every Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we are going to continue talking about all of these things. And, these conversations morph into other conversations. The other beautiful thing is you can ask me to cover certain topics. So, in the comments on these videos, let me know what areas you'd like covered. If you're dealing with something in life that we can touch on, let's talk about it. But I want also, before I jump off of here, to I mentioned allergies. This is allergy season, so I definitely want to mention this. If you are taking prescription drugs or over-the-counter drugs for allergies, I would recommend that you make a shift. Those drugs cause a relapse and a constant with allergies. They cause a backswing of your oh my goodness, I'm stumbling on my words this morning. Sorry. Sensitivities and your symptoms is what I'm trying to say. So I recommend utilizing HistPro. I've used a lot of allergy medications over the years. I used to have really bad allergies. I do not anymore. But I do have occasional things, and I do often have to lower my histamine levels. So I use HistPro. You can find it by going to faithledhealing.com/HistPro. It's all natural. Nettle, quercetin, berberine, I think, is in there. There's a couple others. It's a very, very well formulated allergy medication, and I highly recommend that. I highly recommend that over anything over the counter, because the reason people have such terrible allergies and reoccurrences of allergies and those amping up of symptoms is when they stop taking the medication. It just is crazy. So be aware of that. Awareness, again, awareness. And pay attention to your products that you're using on your body. EWG.org is a great resource to look at products that you're using to see how they are rated. If they are orange or red, you want to nix them and start looking for something that's green. They have color codes on all of their products. You can also go on there and search for hair care. You can go to my resources, faithledhealing.com/resources, to get cleaner options as well. I'm always updating that, so check that regularly. But we need to focus on our health and staying clean. So enjoy the rest of your day. Don't be fearful. Don't work out of a place of fear. Work out of a place of knowledge and improving things. Our body is our temple, and we are called to take care of it. The other thing you've got to remember, though, is that God is present. God is on the throne. He knows what is going on in our world, and He will protect you. He will care for you. He will strengthen you. He will heal you. He is the ultimate healer. So I hope this was helpful today. I look forward to visiting with you guys again next Wednesday. Join my community, faithledhealing.com/community. You have access to all kinds of information there.